Full potential. Reach your full potential.
Good morning. Welcome back. Are we good? Yes? No, we're live. My team always tells me I've got to wait because there's theme music playing. I don't hear anything here. I don't know. When you guys hear this thing back on iTunes, maybe you'll hear some theme music or something like that. I don't know. I'm just excited to bring you this morning, and I want to go straight for the jugular. I don't want to wait on any theme music here because I'm talking about something that I think for a lot of you guys is going to be one of the most important things that I potentially could bring your way when it relates to success and really getting to where you want to be each day, and that is the issue of setting up your environment. People told me this all the time whenever I came into the business right out of college. They said, you got to set up your environment. Set up your environment. People tell me that all the time. I'm like, dude, I sit in a cube that's about big enough for me to stand up and turn around in. I have no idea what you're talking about setting up my environment. Maybe I could hang a diploma on the wall here, but that's going to look a little goofy here in this cube. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. What they were referring to was setting up your environment every single day for success. And I figure out later on in my career how this works. And I'm like, man, why didn't anybody tell me earlier what you really meant by that? Setting up your environment is doing whatever it takes to succeed and making sure that you don't fall into pitfalls along the way. So for me, that actually starts in the PM. Now, if you've heard my podcast many times before, you've probably heard me say that 90% of an incredibly successful day of what's going to follow the next day starts happening in the PM. 90% of your successful day tomorrow starts happening with what you're doing right now this evening. Okay? That includes getting to bed on time, winding down, getting screens out of your face. And hopefully for you guys that are married out there, your spouse is on board with this as well. When I'm walking around my house wearing the blue blocker glasses, did I get some laughs at first from my wife, Katie? Absolutely. Maybe she still even does it inside when she sees them on. Now I've got the Swannies from James Swanwick, so I look a lot better walking around with those on instead of the goofy welder's glasses that I bought off Amazon originally to block out blue light. But I don't know, maybe she still thinks it's goofy. I have no idea. But she's not saying that to me. Why? Because she's on board. She's a team player. She wants to help me get to bed every night. So 90 minutes before I get ready to go to bed each night, I'm setting up my environment. I'm getting the lights in the house turned down. I'm getting the blue blockers on if we're watching anything. Big thing lately with my kids is Little House on the Prairie. We've been watching Little House on the Prairie. We're almost through the first season, and it's awesome. Okay, but watching that big TV in our TV area, that's got blue light coming out of it at night, especially when the lights are drawn down in the house. So I've got to have my blue blockers on. What else do? I do sleepy time tea. I've never been a big tea fan or tea drinker. I do sleepy time tea now. Why? Because it's going to help me start winding down. And after you drink it a little while, it's actually really good. Okay. Sometimes I even take, a couple of grams of melatonin and just dissolve it just like sugar or something down in the sleepy time tea. If I'm really, if we've been out at a dinner or something like that and I just haven't had a chance to wind down yet, I start doing that about 90 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes, but 90 minutes on an ideal day, I start doing that to wind down. Okay. That's setting up my environment. Our house, what do we keep our house on at night? We keep our house on 68 degrees whenever we sleep at night. Why? Because too many studies have shown that your cells, your tissue, everything within inside of you regenerates faster whenever you have 68 degree temperatures in your house. 68 or below, you can go even lower than that. But 68 or below, you're gonna recover faster. You're going to just regenerate your tissue and your cells and your everything that's working for you the next day. Okay. I take a shower at night. Some people like to get up and take a shower in the morning. They think it wakes them up faster. If you're doing that, cool, go ahead and do it. For me, a shower at night helps me wind down a little bit faster. If I'm going to take a cold shower in the morning to get awake, it's going to be a super cold shower, almost like an ice bath. Okay. So you got to set up your environment. Now you guys are starting to kind of hear what this means. So what do I do the next day? I get up. I've got my phone in the bathroom. That's me setting up my environment. So my wife nudges me or I hear it going off. I've got an iPad right by my bed. I've got a phone in the bathroom. My iPad is set for 2 minutes before the other phone in the bathroom is going to go off. So I'll usually hear that first. I'll get up immediately knowing that the other phone is about to go off. I'm training myself to get up early and get the day going right off the bat. I've got my clothes picked out for the next day, what I'm going to do. I've got the same routine in the bathroom that I do each morning. Okay, I go get ready in the guest bathroom. Why? So that I can listen to podcasts, I can listen to audiobooks, I can listen to things if I don't have an earpiece in, which I usually do, and it's not going to disturb anybody. It's not going to wake anybody up. Setting up my environment, right? The other thing that I do is whenever I get to wherever I'm going, when I get over by my office or I go to the gym each day, I know exactly what routine I'm going to do, and it helps me get in a good workout and then get back over to my office as fast as I can. So once the day starts, then I rely on my staff because my days are crazy. So I start getting into the days, I start relying on my staff to help me. So they give me things like, oh man, green card and green screen don't work well together. I did not set up my environment properly here for you guys who are seeing this right now. This is a green card, and if you can tell here, this is my calendar from the day before. These are any reminders, which I don't have many because we use a system called Asana, A-S-A-N-A. If you go on there, it's a real-time to-do list that you can share with your staff. Go to asana.com and set up register for an account. It's free. You can go in there and create projects, and you can set things up. We love using Asana. I've tried for years to do a real-time to-do list between me and my staff. And this was the only way that I found that I could do a real-time to-do list and keep it up to date was with Asana. But I've got the green card here. My staff now puts any reminders that I have on the green card. And then I've got my schedule for today on here. So this is me setting up my environment. The other thing that I do is that I typically go somewhere during the day. I don't work out of this office. If you could see my office that I'm in here, in front of Buckingham Palace, apparently. If you could see my office here, you would see that I've got a really big office. I've got 2 big desks, I've got a sitting area, I've got a coffee table, and then I've got a couch back behind that. I loved it whenever I moved in here because it's awesome. I can go sit at any of those places for think time and getting my creative mind going. But it's extremely distracting. It's very distracting. So what do? I go to the local country club that I have a membership at. If you don't have membership there, it doesn't matter. Before I was going there, I was going to Corner Bakery, I was going to Panera, I was going to La Madeleine, I was going to all these places around us where I just had a tiny screen in front of me, which was my laptop, had a tiny screen in front of me. I had my earpiece in to make calls on, and I was on the phone all day long. Okay, I had to get away from this office because it was such a distraction for me. Very comfortable. If you're in a comfortable environment each day, you're probably not setting up your environment for success. The other thing that I use now is Craig Ballantyne's Perfect Day Formula. If you didn't see my video on the Perfect Day Formula kit, go check that out. It allows me to map out my day and block out my schedule each day, do a brain dump the night before, grade myself each day on all of these things, and it has been it's just been great to help me just maximize my day. The other thing that I have, if you can see this, is a daily greatness business planner. I bought this a while back. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this because of the lighting, but each day I have a lot of things here that I can map out. It even has a time block or a priority matrix in here. You're probably not going to be able to see this, so I apologize. It's got a priority matrix in here to let me know what's important, what's not important, what I need to be doing, and this has been extremely helpful. So what am I doing? I'm setting up my environment. If you're in sales or if you're in customer service where you're calling back a lot of clients, I would suggest that you start your day by having the list of the most important people you want to call right there in front of you. The days that I did not get to all the people that I needed to talk to were always the days that I didn't have a list right in front of me from the beginning. So guys, this is not rocket science, as you can tell. These are simple things that you can do every day to set up your environment. If something's distracting for you, like your iPhone, okay? If your iPhone is distracting, put it in do not disturb mode, okay? When you've got do not disturb mode on, I used to think that it puts it in like it's off, but it doesn't. The phone is still working. It's just working behind the scenes to where when you turn your phone, when you hit the home screen again, you're going to have all your messages and everything there. But it's amazing how our brains work, how they don't allow us to get into deep work every time we see the phone pop up. You're probably hearing this in the background. I'm not sure who's sending me 9,000 text messages right now. And I would go over there and turn off my iPad if I could. But I'm getting I mean, this thing's been dinging ever since I started this. Apparently somebody or a group of people want my attention for something. That's distracting. I mean, imagine me trying to get into deep work with that going. I've got to set up my environment. So my phone is on do not disturb mode now. I've got my green card each day to help me literally have a fail-proof way of going through my day. I've got Craig Ballantyne's Perfect Day Formula Kit that I've got going here for me. I've got the Daily Greatness Business Planner. These are all just examples, and I may use these every single day. The green card I do for sure, and I may use these just on certain days that I know that I'm going to be busy and it's going to be super hard to get to some of this stuff. But the point is, I mean, even things like this, if you can see this, this is artwork. You're not going to be able to see it because of the lighting here. It's artwork that my kids drew. It's a castle and a church, okay? And I put this up in here because it's awesome. I've got it right in front of me each day. Just anything that you need to do to set up your environment, to set up deep work time blocks. There's a note on my door right now that I put up during the times that I want to block off phoning. If I don't get on the phone for an hour and a half every single day, I'm simply not going to be able to get to all the people that I need to get to. So there's a note on my door right now. It says, do not enter or knock. I guess it doesn't keep them from texting though. Do not enter or knock. Call in progress, please do not disturb. Okay, people know whenever that's up on my door, you don't come around here and bother me, literally, unless you're on fire. If you're on fire, I'll throw you a glass of water and I'll probably get back to whatever it is that I'm doing. Just kidding. People out there, he's so mean. But you've got to set up your environment the right way to succeed. If you don't do this, then only you are the one to blame for it. You guys have the skills. Most of you out there have the skills to do exactly what you need to do each day, whether you think you do or not. It's just that you're not setting your environment up properly to make this happen. So as we wrap up here, just remember, whatever it is, and I'd love to hear from you guys too, whatever it is that you're doing to set up your environment, you probably have a lot of other cool ideas that I don't have. Do whatever you need to do to set up your environment on that. And then as always, my book, From Success to Significance here. If you guys want a copy of this, please send me a message, info@success101podcast.com. Again, that's info@success101podcast.com. Or you can shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram at Success 101 Podcast. You'll find me at both of those locations there. There's a lot of this in here about mapping out your ideal calendar, mapping out your ideal day, time blocking, getting your environment set up. Look forward to sharing this with anybody that wants this. I'll mail out a copy to you guys. All you have to pay is a discount rate for the book plus the shipping on it. It's cheap. I don't even know what they've got it going for right now when my team sends it out. But send me a message, okay? You guys, I hope you go out and have a great week. I hope you've all been doing well. I've gotten great comments back from you guys. It sounds like a lot of you who are following me out there are just killing it this week. For some reason, I just had an overflow this week of people writing in, telling me how great their week is going, and that just makes me so happy for you and proud for you. So keep doing it. Just keep crushing it out there. If you have any questions for me, again, info@success101podcast.com. My new group, the Quantum Leap Project, will be starting up probably in December or first part of January over on Facebook. Again, no nonsense group for people wanting to just absolutely kill it each day and reach higher levels of performance. So make sure you tune in there. And I'm serious, send me your comments. And I know some of you will, but if you're hesitating on it, whatever, just send me your comments on what you're doing to set up your environment each day. And I cannot wait to hear how you guys are doing that. Go make it happen.